guys, welcome back. So we are officially starting on the Riverlands, and we are building the Riverland Jarl lot. Now, I was pretty disappointed in myself for this lot just because I had a vision going in. Like, I knew what I wanted to build. And we did not achieve that vision, I will say, but a lot of that was due to not necessarily having the custom content that I really did need to achieve said vision. Now, it happens. Like, the point of doing these lots without downloading anything at first is just so that I can see if I can do it, see how much that I technically need, because we all love to download custom content, I think, in the Sims 2 community, and all of them really, but sometimes you download a bunch of stuff you don't necessarily need just because your little magpie brain wants it. So that's the point of doing these ahead of time. But yeah, I will say this is not what I wanted. I was thinking Norman Castle, and for some reason I end up going with like red. I think it was because the top fencing that I had, which I don't like the fencing that I chose. It's what I had in game, so that's what I went with, but yeah, I don't know. Norman Castle, gray stone. I even have one. I see it right there, gray stone. But for some dumb reason, I was just like, no, we're gonna get red stone. I don't know. This is not the red keep. It should not have been the red keep, but yeah. Those towers are also bigger, I think, than they need to be. But yeah. That's not to say that I hate how this lot turned out. Yeah, it was not what I planned, which a lot of the Riverlands, it's been that way. It's been that way, and yeah. Because, yeah. Just one thing after another. I do like that this area is a little bit different in that the Jarls of the Riverlands do not contribute to like their area. They don't really have to though, because like the Mountain Jarl kind of has to contribute. They don't really have a lot of anybody living there. But the Riverlands, they have plenty of lots, so it's like they don't have to do anything they don't want to do. And I like the idea of them just being kind of lazy and just not wanting to participate. They just want to hang out and have fun. I support that. So yeah, this is me going, oh, I downloaded this cool gray floor, which I downloaded it a while ago for something else and didn't use it, but then I was like, oh, I can't use it with the fence. I am going to go back to Greystone though, like, for sure. Yeah, even like, I don't know where my brain was at. Like, and the whole time I was doing this, I'm like, I don't like this, this isn't right, this is wrong, this isn't what I wanted. I don't know. I'm not going to whine about it though. I could, but if I start whining about it, that's going to be 17 minutes of me whining about it. And we don't want to, no, nobody's got time for that. I am excited that we're almost done though, because we've got, I think, 3 more to go now that I'm on the Riverlands. Yeah, I think I just have 3 more areas to go, and once it's all finished, I could like finalize what I want to do in terms of the rules, what I'm actually following for the Medieval Charter Challenge, what I'm not, and then go from there. Also, I forgot I didn't have my water mod in yet, so I was like, oh, okay. So I'm going to have to download that and then hide pool tiles, because that's how you make the water pretty. But yeah, then we can actually play the Medieval Charter Challenge, which I've never done. I think I mentioned it before, like, I've never actually played this challenge. I've never even tried to play it because there's so many rules. And here I am just making more rules and making it more complex by having all the biomes and things, but I think we can make it work. There's things that I need to sort out, of course, like the whole immigrating to different areas. How does that work? Are they allowed to take, like, if you're a miner and you move to another town, are you allowed to mine? Or, like, how? I don't know. You can see I'm having some trouble with the towers. Just a little bit of tower trouble, tiny bit. I don't like this layout either. But yeah, like, some of the things I for sure am interested in keeping are the alignment, like the health rolls, and the birth record. I'm not sold on the super, like, what lifespan I want to use. Usually I use hats, which is super long. But I don't know if I want to use that, because it's very long. And in Adiran, that's great, but in this neighborhood, I don't know. But I don't want to use the Maxis one either, because that's super short. So, I don't know. I do not know. I am going to use, forgive me, I can't remember who originally did this. I know it's on Plum Upkeep, but essentially someone came up with the idea of the steward having a bit of a larger role, so like their aspiration determines things that happen, and I really, really like that concept. And I like that, like, if they're on a lot and they see something bad, like, they're gonna report it. Like, I like that extra thing going on. And I know one of the roles that person had was the Royal Steward acted as like an intermediary, so they helped secure matches. So, say you have a single Yaman Sim and there's no matches, maybe they could broker a match and, you know, find him a spouse. So I don't know, we'll see, but I don't like the idea though of their roles. I'm looking at them right now. The Royal Steward actually returned back to the kingdom from time to time because of like the age and to get different scenarios, and I don't know if I quite like that as much. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what you guys have done, for those of you who have played the Medieval Charter Challenge, any sort of modifications you've made. If you played with like those steward rules, it would be super helpful. I know that I'm also going to be limiting, in terms of home businesses, like the cash rewards, how high each class can get, because I don't, you know, want peasants to get like the major cash rewards and just buy their way out. Because the goal is whatever biome beats the challenge first becomes like royalty, and then the rest will get depending on where they're at. I don't know if I'll keep playing and then as they go they get titles, so like the person who beats it first after the first family becomes a duke, and then the next is an earl or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure on a lot of it. Like, I have a lot of ideas, but it's just more implementing them, and implementing them in a way that I'm not going to be overwhelmed, because I can get very overwhelmed with lots of rules. That's why Adiran does not really have a ton of rules. It's more guidelines, which I appreciate. Yeah. Yep. And this is not going to be very heavily story-based either, unlike some of the other neighborhoods, just because we're going to be playing it. And I actually might be playing this on Twitch. I really do want to have a Twitch channel. Like, I always think about it, I always talk about it. It's something that I want to do. But then at the same time, I'm like, would I be able to take all the screenshots that I like to take if I was doing things on Twitch? Or, I don't know. I think what I need to do is I need to, like, sit in on a couple other Simmers' actual streams. Usually I watch, like, the uploaded YouTube video afterward. But I'm thinking, like, I could do, like, a 4-hour stream a couple times a week. That would not be hard for me. But yeah, it's just more how I do stuff. I finally convinced myself that I'm not super annoying when it comes to making videos, but I could be annoying on stream. I could be worse, because I still have some control over what I edit out. And yeah, I know me. Also, I don't have staff objects to grid off right now. I don't know why, but then, like, I noticed and I was just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna really go over this garden again. But I'm liking this I'm kind of developing this idea that they have lots of like pleasure gardens, maybe lots of like pretty areas to sit, scenic vista things. They've got a pond. Since these Jarls don't do much, like this is a big lot and I have to fill it up somehow, and since I'm not filling it up with like items that they're going to use, I need to do something. And I like the idea that they're just kind of indulgent. Like, I don't know what their aspirations are yet, but it would be very funny to me if they're pleasure sims. And they're just like, no, we just hang out all the time. Like, that's what we do. I'm tempted to download the opium set. I might just use the bubble blower with a default on it, but I'm tempted to download the opium set. I really think that it suits the Sims here. And like what I'm going for. It's definitely wine country. That's all the Riverlands. There's going to be 4 lots dedicated to just harvesting grapes, and then I think another one that actually like makes it. So yeah, I'm just kind of going through trying to pick out how I'm going to decorate this, because I want them all to be different, but like again, I don't want to download too much more in terms of content. I know that I'm going to have to download some more plants though. It feels like that happens with every biome, but there's quite a few that have been very multi-purpose that I've been able to use in a lot of different areas, which is nice. And of course, terrain paint. Again, I downloaded gray ones and I'm like, oh, this is not gray at all. So I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. I like having the wishing well too. I think it fits. And yeah, just like a little walking path thing. This actually ends up developing into part of their religion, because I'm trying to give each area different cultural things. I don't know. And for them, there's going to be a statue and like a little offering bowl, and they go out to their little flower garden and pray to the little statue. Ta-da! I also need to fix those thrones. I know what I did. I accidentally installed them wrong, because that's how I go. Well, I installed them wrong. I thought that I could put them on a lot and then package the lot and then install the lot and have it in this version of my game. But it didn't work. It didn't take the recolors, so it's okay. I will reinstall them, because all of the Jarls will have their own little custom throne. Which I probably don't need that many, but I like the idea. And that's one of those things that's meaningful enough to give each area something different. Kind of like how I downloaded a couple different like mounts, I guess. Like we have the donkeys and the camels and the horses. Like, it's meaningful. It does, I think, tell a story. Because the goal with the limited CC folder is to be able to convey what I want to convey with its like minimal CC as possible. And it really is feasible. Like, I haven't downloaded very much and I haven't added very much, but I feel like all of these areas look vastly different. So I've been successful in that kind of endeavor. It's just me kind of grabbing things. I like the idea of like a lot of doctors and midwives and stuff coming from this area, because it's going to be like Riverlands. This is probably very fertile ground, so they're going to be able to grow a lot of those different herbs and things like that. So I like that idea. I like the idea of them like raising falcons. I don't think that I'll let peasants or the Yaman do that. That'll be strictly nobility. So yeah, here's that fairy statue. It is prayable. It is a functional object. And I just like the idea. Since this is a very nature-y area, of course they're going to pray to the fairies. Why would they not pray to the fairies? And so I want to try to give everybody at least a little bit of a garden area. And then I started developing this idea of essentially like a statue garden where it's a bunch of different carved statues. I don't have enough to really do it justice, so I will download a few more. And also this little prayable coin. You flip a coin into the thing. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. And then fountains. I think fountains are also in an area where there's an overabundance of water, it makes sense. Yeah, I'm really happy with the outside, I will say. The outside turned out very nice in my opinion. But this was when I really didn't plan too much ahead. Like, I knew I wanted Norman castles and like cob houses, but I didn't really have much of an idea. I was being inspired basically by what was already either from the game and in the catalog, or that I downloaded for previous biomes that I could use here as well. And I kind of just ran with it. Like, I was like, all right, what can we do with this? What can we do with that? And I think that it turned out okay. Like, obviously there's things that I'm going to change, but for the most part I'm pretty happy. The outside I don't think I'm going to change too much. Like, I'm going to download some more statues because I don't like some of the ones that are placed. I don't think they fit. And then I want maybe a couple more plants. And obviously I want to change all of the tones to like gray stone, but yeah, I don't know, when it comes to actually decorating the lots, I am a little concerned that I'm going to need to put more stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, I gave him a jacuzzi. I felt like that also be something that was appropriate in this area, because even though it's kind of a warm area, I bet nights get cold and I don't know, they can do laundry. I like the idea of the beds being curtained as well, because when I lived near a river, I remember it actually got a lot colder than I expected, even in the summer. Like, it was cold. And yes, I'm a lizard, but still. So I like the idea of like the curtained beds to help keep in the warmth or whatever. Not the same as a desert, but similar. I think I removed that tree in the back corner that is, I know it's like a functional tree, I don't remember what it does, but it's a little OP from what I vaguely recall, so I think I do remove it, but I don't remember. They might get to keep it. I really like those Art Nouveau gates, but I don't end up keeping them. I already know that, because I've done a little work on it since. And then I decided, I was like, why don't I have them be like really into bowling? Which it's called Skittles, it's a default replacement, but it just seems like something that, since the Jarls in this area are really just about hanging out and having fun, that's a fun item, and it also is an item that I could see all classes kind of being able to afford and have. And it was just something fun that I could do. Like, I know in the mountain area I've got some log rolling things, and then the grasslands, they have like the archery, like just different things that are unique to the area. I did give him a pigeon coop. I wanted to include it in all of the lots, but now that I think about it, it doesn't really make sense, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if everybody gets a pigeon coop or nobody does, except for the Jarl. I have a fun idea for the Jarl too. I've already picked out the sim that I want to use for the Jarl, which has informed some of my decisions. Yeah, because I put the bubble blower down, but I don't know, I'm torn. And we have wine. I like those big, like, I think they're from Skyrim, but they're like fireplaces. I like the Dragon Eve looking ones. I don't know if I'm going to keep those, but we'll see. I'm just kind of painting everything gray. I really like this concept. Like, I think it's cool. And it's different, and it's silly, and it's very on board with like a bunch of self-indulgent, not quite nobles who just want to spend money and have fun. I also have a lot of willow trees. That's something that I wanted to use everywhere, which is a Maxis object, which is cool. And yeah, we're pretty much done. So I'm curious what you guys think, if you guys liked a lot, if there's any ideas that you're like, I don't know about that. I'm always curious to have feedback. And yeah, if you like this video, definitely give it a like, and I will see you in the next one.